Hello and welcome to Chapter 10 ELA ELD Framework.
The framework starts off with defining what are the goals of the ELA, literacy, and ELD instruction. The first goal is that students develop readiness for college, careers, and civic life. Second is that they obtain the capacities of literate individuals. Third is to become broadly literate. And lastly, they are to acquire the skills for living and learning in the 21st century. The text goes on to describe what it means to have 21st century skills and organizes them into four broad domains of competence, being cognitive, interpersonal, and global. When students are cognitively competent, they are critically thinking, problem solving, and developing argumentation. When discussing intrapersonal competence, students are being intellectually open, flexible, and adaptable. When students have interpersonal competence, they are showing they can communicate effectively in a team and display leadership. Lastly, this framework added global competency for students to gain the capacity to understand and act on global issues. If students can develop these four competencies, they will have the essential 21st century skills they need to be ready for their successful lives ahead. The framework goes on to connect 5 sets of 21st century skills and their relationship to the California Common Core state standards for ELA literacy and California ELD standards. These include critical thinking, communication and collaboration, creativity and innovation, global competence, and technology skills. Critical thinking is inherent in the capabilities of literate individuals. Many of the state standards involve students to think critically when developing arguments, problem solving, and being open and engaged to others' thoughts and ideas. As a history social science teacher, one must be sure to create lessons that build upon these ideas. Create activities and problems that require students to exercise these skills, such as a class debate on historical issues.
Communication and collaboration skills. Through the use of effective communication, students write for a variety of audiences and for a variety of purposes using a variety of media, learning to communicate effectively with peers, adults, and external, sometimes unfamiliar audiences. Through discussions and presentations, students attend to one another's ideas and convey their own clearly. Question and clarify to ensure understanding, consider and evaluate point of view, and follow and develop lines of argument. Interpret and strategically use diverse media to enhance communication, and adapt their communicative efforts to a variety of contexts and tasks. Effective collaboration. Reading is sometimes a solitary act, but can often be a social act as students work together to engage in meaning-making, produce and publish their own text, conduct research, and share knowledge through a variety of media. It's important to highlight that teachers at all grade levels and in all disciplines should plan for collaboration and ensure that students engage with diverse partners for diverse purposes. Creativity and innovation skills are both essential skills for success in the 21st century. Employers give hiring preference to college graduates with skills that enable them to contribute to innovation in the workplace. If you look at Figure 10.7, Creativity and Innovation, it displays how to think creatively, work creatively with others, and how to implement innovations in the classroom.
Global awareness and competencies. Another component of deeper learning is global awareness, competency. This means learning about global issues, those that go beyond students' neighborhoods and the nation, to develop an understanding of different perspectives and the interrelationships among all humans. There are 4 main components for achieving global competence, which is investigation, recognition, communication, and action. Each of these steps increases the level that students should take to culminate into action. All 4 have a connection with the ELA, ELD standards reinforcing reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Further resources. Media influences our awareness now more than ever. As teachers, one must be able to know a variety of resources for students to be exposed to, in accordance with giving different views of the world or of themes that are being learned. Teaching tolerance is an example of a further resource which gives resources on activities to be able to do with students and with staff in regards to a variety of themes. In order for one to teach global competence, starting from the One must start from the individual and outwards to the globe. One must know the student population first. This means knowing prior knowledge that they hold, interests that they have, and the cultures that they come from. This allows one to pinpoint possible areas that could be perceived differently by students and helps one plan ahead looking at possible issues.
Let's talk about technology skills. Much of the text encountered on the internet and in electronic formats has both conventional print elements and other media, graphics, sound, video, or animations. This is multimedia. Because all texts are not equally valuable or well written, the reader needs to decide when and how to use hyperlinks, attend to multimedia, and be critical in evaluating the content. Using software. Specific software skills need to be taught in order to prepare students for using technologies as tools. At a minimum, students should be prepared to use word processors, database managers, spreadsheets, and presentation software in some form in education and work settings. Online learning. Online courses offer distinct advantages to districts in terms of cost and convenience, especially for districts where students are distributed across a wide geographic area and there are challenges in delivering instruction in specific content areas. Technology and assessment. Technology is an integral part of the new assessment systems for the California Common Core state standards for ELA literacy. The SBAC includes computer adaptive assessments that can respond to a student's initial performance to more rapidly and accurately identify which skills the student has mastered. These assessments also allow for a faster turnaround of test results so they can be used to inform instruction. Digital citizenship. Issues related to ethics, privacy, plagiarism, and cyberbullying warrant careful attention. Digital citizenship refers to responsible and appropriate use of technology. Homeschool community connections. Technology can contribute to homeschool community relationships, which California recognizes are fundamental to improve student learning outcomes. Opportunities for communication are expanded significantly through the use of email, video conferencing, and social media tools. Equitable access. It is critical that all students have access to curricula, instruction, and learning environments that develop their critical and creative thinking, communication and collaboration skills, global competence, and other 21st century skills. Technology. The digital divide. The gap in access to computers and the internet that separated different demographics and socioeconomic groups in the United States. A series of reports called Falling Through the Net revealed that rural, socioeconomically disadvantaged, and minority groups tended to have less access to modern information and communication technology and the benefits provided by those connections. Given the overlap between the groups involved in the digital divide and the achievement gap in student performance, it is important that districts, schools, and teachers remain alert to the issues of equitable access to technology. Accessibility for students with disabilities. Assistive technology can be used to help students with disabilities gain access to the core curriculum and participate in activities that might otherwise be difficult or impossible. Assistive technology devices can be any item, piece of equipment, or product system that is used to increase, maintain, or improve functional capabilities of a child with a disability. English learners. Technology can be used to support EL students' language and literacy development. EL students can also benefit from technology use in classroom learning tasks provided to all students. Advanced learners. Technology can contribute to a challenging and intellectually engaging educational environment for advanced learners. Computer programs that include self-paced options and allow students to explore advanced concepts can keep a range of learners engaged in the learning process. Lastly, implications for how to plan and teach history/social science. Using multiple and varied representations of concepts and tasks, encouraging elaboration, questioning, and explanation, engaging learners in challenging tasks, teaching with examples and cases, priming student motivation, and using formative assessments.